Hello everybody! Today we are working on simplifying radicals with variables. To begin, we're just going to do the same thing that we always have with simplifying our radicals. So we have 343, and I'm going to do the tree method to try and break that up. So 343 doesn't go into 2, 3 doesn't work, 4 doesn't work, 5 doesn't work, 6 doesn't work, 7 works though. I have 7 and 49. Now I'm going to build another tree off of the 49. 7 and 7 give me 49. So, like we said before, we're going to circle all the pairs. So let's go ahead and circle those 7s. We're going to put a box around that last 7 just to show, hey, this one does not have a pair. Now, the main difference from before is that this has an n squared. So what we're going to do is write all of the n's. So I have 1 n and 2 n's. I'm going to circle the amount of pairs that I have. So looking here, I only have 1 pair. Now, just like before, I'm going to put my circles on the outside. So circle, radical, squares on the inside. So my circles here are 7 from those pair of 7s, and the n because I circled both the ends. And then I'm going to do square root of 7. So that is my final answer. Okay, so for the next one, we have 125. So I'm going to write down, I got 125. I'm going to put a tree again. So 2 doesn't go into 125, 3 doesn't go into 125, 4 doesn't go into 125. 5 goes into 125 though, so I have 5 and 25. Now we're going to break up that 25. 25 is a perfect square, so I know that it is 5 and 5. Now, just like before, we're going to circle our pair of 5s, and we're going to put a box around the other 5. Now, going back to what we have 1p, right? So that means that I am going to just write 1p off to the side. Now, I don't have any pairs of p's, so I'm going to put a box around that 1p. Now, go ahead and put everything together. So on the outside, I have a 5 because that's in a circle. I'm going to put my roots, and then on the inside I have a 5 and a p. This is what I am looking for. So one more time just to make sure that we are clear on this. You look at your number, you break it up using the tree, you pull out the thing that's in the circle, and then you leave on the inside whatever is in a box. So for the second one, I only had 1p, so that told me, okay, this does not have a pair, so I left that inside of the box. Now, let's try number 3. So for number 3, you can either do the tree, or you can look at it, and most of us probably already know 100 is a perfect square, but I'm just going to double check to make sure. So I can pull out a 2 and a 50. The 50 breaks into 2 and 25. The 25 breaks into 5 and 5. Then I'm going to go ahead and write that I have 2 k's. Now let's circle our pairs. We have a pair of 2s and we have a pair of 5s. I also have a pair of k's. So thinking about this, on the outside I'm putting everything with the circles. So I have a 2 times that 5 times the k. The square root though, can I put anything under there? No, because I don't have any boxes, so I'm going to go ahead and just make sure I get rid of that. Now we're going to multiply them all together. So 2 times 5 is 10 times k. So 10k will be my answer. For the next one, we have 72. Let's break that up. So we're going to do 2 and 36, and then 6 and 6. Now we have 4 B's. Sorry, I messed up on mine. 4 B's, so that tells me I'm going to draw out. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to circle my pair, so a pair of 6s, 2 B's right here, and 2 B's right here. And then I'm going to put a box around that 2. So on the outside, I'm going to write 6. Now for this one, it is more interesting because I have 2 B's. So you would think usually I'd put B or 2B, but instead I'm going to put B, and then whatever number I have of circles, I'm going to put that up in the top. So I have 6B to the second. radical, what's still in the box? The 2. So I'm going to put a 2 on the inside. So my final answer is 6b squared radical 2. Okay, so now I want you guys to take a couple minutes and I want you to try out 294x to the 4th. So go ahead and pause the video right now and then come back and we're going to see if we got the same thing. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and check this real quick. We have 294. That breaks up to 2 and 147. That breaks up to 3 and 49. That breaks up to 7 and 7. I'm going to put a circle around the 7s and boxes around the 3 and the 2. Now my x's, I have 4 of them, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put a circle around one pair of x's, a circle around the other pair of x's. So my final answer should be 7x squared radical 2 times 3 is 6. So one more time to make sure that we are clear on that. The 7 came from right here, so this one here. I have x, I have 2 of them, radical 2 times 3, which equals 6. Okay, so for the next one, again, we have 294, so I'm going to go ahead and just rewrite that out. You don't have to if you don't want to, so I have 2 and 147, 3 and 49, 7 and 7. I'm going to put a circle around that, a box around the 3 and the 2. Again, I have 4 x's. I'm going to put 2 circles around both of them. Now for this one, make sure you do not forget that we have this 4 sitting up in the front, okay? So we're going to put that 4 first. So the 4 is still there. Times, what else was in a circle? The 7. So 7 x, how many circles do we have around the x's? 2 of them. So x squared radical 2 times 3. So let's go ahead and multiply that out. So 4 times 7 is 28. X squared radical 2 times 3 is 6. So that is our final answer. Okay, so for this one, again, it is super simple. So I'm going to write down that I have 28. I'm going to split those up. So I have 2 and 14. And then a 2 and a 7. So I'm going to put a circle around the 2's, a box around the 7. I have 4 x's. I'm going to put a circle around both of those. So I have 2, because of the 2 right there. X, how many x's should there be? There are 2 of them, so I'm going to put x squared radical 7. Now, if you're watching this and you are still confused on what we should be doing, go ahead and email me. I will help you out, try and see where the issue is. I want you to go ahead and try the last one. Real quick though, I made a mistake. Do you guys see this negative right here? There should be a negative sitting out in front of this answer. Ooh, I did that backwards. There we go. So a negative sitting out in front of the answer should be negative 2x squared x to the 7th. Okay, so go ahead and try the next 3, and then we are going to check them together. Okay, so we have 75. We have a 3 and a 25. We have a 5 and a 5. We had 2 K's. So let's circle our pairs. We have a pair of 5s and a pair of K's, and we only have 1 3. So on the outside we should have this 2 from right here, so that one should be coming down, times the 5 that was in our in the circle, and the K, we only had one circle of it, so that means it's just K to the first. I'm just going to write a plain K, radical 3. So 2 times 5 is 10, K radical 3. For the next one, 100, again, we just know that this is a perfect square, but I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it out. So 2 and 50, 2 and 25, 5 and 5. So I have a pair of 5s, a pair of 2s. This one, I only have 3 X's. So I'm going to put a circle around the pair and a box around the plain X. So, one more time, making sure we are clear on this. This -4 comes out to the front. So, I'm going to write down I have -4 times 2 times 5 times X. Do I have 2 circles? No, so just X is the first. Radical, what goes under the radical? The X. So, we have -4 times 2, so that's -8. Times 5. -8 times 5 is -40x radical x. That is what we are looking for. For the last one, we have 32. So 2 and 16, 2 and 8, 2 and 4, 2 and 2. So I'm going to circle my pairs. I have 1 pair, 2 pairs, and then that 2 stays on its own. We have 4 X's. So I'm going to put circles around both of those. So let's go ahead and multiply this out. So this 4 that is right here, we're going to put that down first. So I have 4. 4. Both of these 2's, so times 2 times 2 times x. How many circles do we have? 2 of them. So I have x squared radical 2. So 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. So I have 16x squared radical 2. Okay, so that is everything that we have to do for today, okay? So tomorrow we're going to go over another part where we're going to do some division. Besides that, have a great rest of your day.